Hi everyone, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Maryah Greene and I go by the plant doctor and consultant. And today I'm so excited to be taking over for the Women's March. We're gonna cover everything you need to know about how to choose the right plants for your space. All of those crazy questions you have about how to keep your plant alive, how often to water it, how much light, we're gonna cover all of that. Before we dive in, I just want to say I'm so inspired by all of you and your commitment to the Women's March. This past year has been so tough for all of us, but I'm really grateful to be here with you. And I really hope that this allows you to disconnect today and take some time to figure out how to give back to yourself and create the green space of your dreams. So let's dive into it. Like all of you, I know how busy every single day can be, and it seems like taking a break to disconnect is all that we could possibly want. So caring for your houseplants can be just that. This is my Monstera baby here, and I try to mist it every morning just as my sort of like grounding moment to start the day. So if you have any tropical houseplants that really enjoy moisture and high humidity, this is one that you can take the time to mist. So this is my baby that I've had for a couple of years, and it's one that I've really grown attached to, and I know just about everyone has that one plant that they love. So if you have that one and you're hoping to give it some love on a daily basis, instead of reaching for the watering can, go for the misting bottle. Okay, let's talk about lighting. I know it can be so confusing where to put the plant, how much light it wants to receive, how much is too much, how much is too little. Let's talk about all of that. So I've attached a video of me checking out one of my new client spaces and just checking out their window space, but more than that, figuring out which direction their windows are facing. Once you figure out which direction your windows are facing, you can determine how much light, how much sunlight your space is going to be getting based on the direction that your windows are facing towards the sun. So for example, if you're east facing, we know that the sun rises in the east. So ideally, you're getting direct light in the morning as long as there are no obstructions in the way, like a really tall building or a massive tree, etc. So again, once you figure out which way you're facing, you can determine how much and what time of day you'll be getting light. And once you know that, that will determine what type of plants you can get. So now that we've figured out lighting, we can then determine based on the type of plant that we have, how much water to give it. So once you get the name of your plant, you can look up all of its possible needs, and based on where it was grown originally, its native habitat, you can figure out how much water it needs regularly. So my Monstera, for example, after looking it up, I found that it only needs water once every 2-ish weeks. Now the thing that really makes or breaks it is whether or not it has a hole at the bottom of the pot that it's in. This pot doesn't have a hole at the bottom, so what I did was I potted it and added some extra drainage stones to catch any excess water. That way the plant isn't sitting in overly moist soil. Now if you do have a pot with a drainage hole, you want to make sure that you bring that plant to the sink or the tub on watering day, and you really want to stick to your regular watering schedule, which is based on the type of plant that you have. Okay, speaking of lighting, I often get the question all the time of, I don't really have that much light in my space, or I have no light in my space. Does this mean I can't have plants? You can absolutely have plants. It's just all about having the right ones for your space. So I figured it was the best time to show you one of my favorites that does really well in low light. This is a ZZ plant, and this ZZ plant I actually keep in my bathroom that has no light, and it thrives. Like, look at all of this new growth that it has. So ZZ plants are one that I would suggest, and also snake plants do really well in low light. And another really cool tip, they only need water once every 3 to 4 weeks. They're amazing. Really important tip is to repot your plants when you bring them home. So this is a temporary plastic nursery pot, and just about every plant is sold in this temporary pot. But keep in mind that once you bring it home and it begins to adjust to the new light in its new home, you want to find a real planter for it. And that's something that could be terracotta, maybe it's something that's glazed, or maybe it's just a really cool funky planter in a stand. But either way, you want to repot it into something that's about 1 inch or 2 larger in diameter. We want to do this because we want the plant to be able to grow and have some more space because it's been in here for way too long. Sometimes you might even see roots coming out of the bottom. So again, when you bring a plant home, you want to assess the size of the plastic pot that it's in, and then you want to find a planter that's about 1 inch or 2 larger and pot it in there with fresh soil. Get me wrong, I'm having an amazing time, but I do still have to go to work and take care of people's plants, but I figured why not bring you with me. I'm gonna stop at a plant shop today. Let's go check out some plant choices. We're also then gonna go check out a previous client's plants that's dealing with an infestation, and then we're gonna go pot a new plant in another client's space. So come along with me. What a day. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy we got our hands messy together. I think we covered just about everything there is when it comes to houseplant care and picking the right ones for your space. If you have any questions, you can reach me. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over. You can follow me at green.peace. And also be sure to check out womensmarch.com to check out any volunteer opportunities that they might have and ways that you can be involved and help. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see all the new growth in your space. Share those plant pics with me, and I'll see you soon.